Welcome back, game replays and Black Sands Studios, Modern Combat Mod fans. We're going to be heading shortly into this game 3 of Barton versus Sandland. And, well, I think we should get right into it, Fatal. What do you think?
Yeah, game 2 was a very strong comeback from Sandland's 29 VPs. That was very impressive.
It was very impressive, and I'll be interested to see if we can see a repeat performance, because those kind of games are pretty fun, although excruciating to watch at points, because you just think it was so close, yet so far.
Yeah, and I do believe Barton had choice there, so he went for PLA. It was double PLA victory.
Yeah, double PLA victory, so I shut my mouth about US being OP. But, yeah, let's jump into this from the 5-second mark. We're going to be unpausing in 3, 2, 1, unpause. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're off once again. The barracks coming out very quickly from Sandland. This is a new thing. He gets the infantry command, the skirmish phase, essentially, very quickly. Gets the barracks up in his base, and then gets himself a second engineer, which means that barracks is going to be complete with a lot of manpower. He just cancelled now the second engineer, so this is obviously the first time he's done this, and he's now getting himself a rifle squad, so the first rifle squad is going to hit very quickly. We had a similar thing from Barton. He went 2 engineers and single built his infantry barracks.
He's going through engineers, so first engineer go out builds, the third one probably speed builds as well. He's down to 100 manpower. The building is about 50% done, so he's not going to be enabling it if he for militia.
It looks like he's going to go out and get some map control before he does anything else.
Yeah, it's going to be in Barton's favor, considering 3 engineers compared to one engineer from Sandland.
Yeah, I mean,
he's got his cut off. That's basically it.
It's left him with very little sort of capping power, you know, in terms of what Barton's about to cap within the next couple of seconds versus what Sandland's about to cap. But Barton does cap more slowly. The main reason for people getting the ATMP, that little Ketten type unit, is because it caps very fast. But regular PLA infantry actually caps quite slowly. So so it does have a use. Although, crucial to mention, it can't push. So you can't Ketten push with it. But it can be pushed in the same way that the Ketten could be pushed by Jeeps in the last patch. So, depending on whether your allegiances lie with PE or US, you may like or hate that. But you can't use it like a bike. In terms of
militia out first Barton, and Humvee outgun for Sandland.
The Humvee is very powerful. It's very sturdy. It's like a sturdy Jeep that's really good versus snipers. What's not to like about that?
Yeah, you just can't really go for the very close quarters combat with the Humvee against the militia, because the militia in close quarters is still going to rip the Humvee to shreds quite quickly. So you gotta keep it at range and kite and harass with it. And obviously, considering Barton last game, or the first game 1 where he played PLA, went double militia, double snipers, the Humvee from Sandland is probably a good response to that, which is
nice
either
pushing,
gonna... Yeah, nice pushing, splitting up the militia squad, trying to get into the building, delaying that building garrison for a while.
He's going to push those pioneers off there to cut off, but actually he's taken away Sandland's fuel and plus 16 munitions income there for a few seconds. Very crucial in the early stages of the game, just as crucial as any other Vico game, taking those early cutoffs, especially on a map like Argentan. The cutoffs are very prominent and very useful to take early on.
Yeah, and Barton actually changes his build order here to go militia, and MG instead of the snipers instantly, probably considering there's a Humvee on the field. Going for the double snipers, unless if they're accompanied with the militia, not going to be able to stand against the Humvee.
I'm wondering
so
if he's going to try a pin kind of thing, with a sort of an MG heavy kind of pin, but actually he finds himself a bit outgunned now. 2 rifles and the Humvee versus just 2 militia here. All other support is quite far away. Humvee doing a good job of pushing around units, but actually getting focus fired now. Down to a damaged engine. He could lose his Humvee, 250 manpower. It's not cheap, but he can't afford to chase it with that very low health militia squad. Got focus fired by these rifles. Rifles doing a lot of damage now to these militias, getting a lot of kills. 4 kills already on one of the rifles.
Yeah, the rifles try to get into the green cover from the car on that
that's a
side.
nice
We're going to have flamer pop, and very nice. He's going to force Sandland back to base with his 2 rifles. The 3rd rifle is now out from Sandland. So I guess he has 3 rifles to Humvee and 1 engineer still? One
yeah,
engineer
3
is going to be
rifles, 1 Humvee.
a little bit troublesome considering going to take up Sandland. He needs to retreat them back to base to build, or he has to build it in a map. Considering he doesn't have that much map control at the moment, might be hard to take up Sandland with only 1 engineer squad. Especially if he wants to repair that Humvee over and over again.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to keep it in good condition unless he plays very conservatively. But Barton playing quite aggressively with his own MG here. But he is setting it up into a bush, which is not the most pro play we've ever seen from him. But, you know, maybe that MG just really likes the inside of that bush. I mean, there's a lot to like about bushes nowadays. There's leaves and... Oh, that's a nice nade. That's a nice nade. Kills a whole militia.
Nade.
Oh my god. Look at the pile of bodies.
That keep popping out? Yeah, the pile of bodies exiting the building.
I thought it was just
impressive.
like 2 XP, and I was like, oh, it's just 2 kills. Then it just kept on going.
It
kept on rolling up. There's another nade there. Onto militia, kills 1.
Whoa. Only 1 though. Fairly lackluster grenade at. With in front of the MG onto the militia, and the militia was moving. He is using the heavy cover from the little car on the left side, but the engineers on the other side of the cover is actually killing the rifleman.
He's getting hit now
the
by
rifleman
2
can't
MGs.
seem to decide what to shoot on.
There's another nade. It could get the MG hit. Wow, very, very low health there. They might get focused by the other
rifles. He
rifles.
might be able to focus by it.
Nah, he didn't. He wasn't quite fast enough there.
So 2 MGs out from Barton now. So he went
MG
2
heavy.
militias, losing 1 of them from the grenade outside of the building, and 2 MGs.
I wonder if the
Let's
nades
see.
were a reaction to the MG heavy player, or if Sandland was just like, let's try nades.
I'm not sure, considering he went 1 engineer instant rags.
Yeah, it's a bit of rifle spam from
It
Sandland,
might be
isn't it?
just like, let's just try grenades. Maybe that works. It might be, you know, a response to the heavy building usage from Barton. He does love them buildings in the center there, and they're very strong,
They're so
powerful
strong.
stone buildings.
Yeah, these buildings, they
Early
dominate
mines
this
to the
map.
center P. Combat repairing the Humvee, forcing his engineer to retreat, but the other 2 engineers can't catch up with the Humvee, even though it gets stuck on its own men. Sandland now choosing to go on the left side. He's going to go for a little bit of a cap on the strategic point, running down the middle of the map. You have sandbags coming up at the same time he's capping the fuel on the right side from Barton. Humvee trying to do some damage.
Yeah, I'm just sitting at long range. Oh, by the way, for everyone that was talking about lag earlier on, I restarted the stream now with 720p. If you're still getting issues, then, well, it wasn't my fault before, and it's still not my fault. So, go complain to Twitch. But back into the game. Yeah, I saw that nice early mine. That's nice reaction replay there from Barton. That's an anti-personnel mine. They do basically the same damage as you're used to from normal mines in Vico, except if a vehicle that isn't a Humvee runs over them, it won't get a crit. So you can roll a Bradley over one of those things, and you'll take about 10% damage, but you just won't get a crit. At least not in my experience.
Generally you don't get vehicle crits on it, it seems. We
But
do
you can
have
get anti-tank mines
support
as well.
structure.
Telemines.
Yeah, support structure out of Barton. He's actually built himself a 4th engineer as well. I'm not sure exactly why. He might go for a vehicle heavy play or something in the mid/late game.
Interesting that he's going
Or
for
he
more
just wanted
engineers.
more cap power.
Maybe it's flamer spam.
Losing
you know,
one
to
of the militia
tackle
spots,
the
he-
buildings.
Yeah, losing one of the militia spots early might have been why he went for another engineer, and he's getting flamers on almost all of them. 3
Yeah,
out of
it's
4 now
flamer
have
spam.
flamers.
This is gonna be
Flamer spam! Flamer spam!
This is something we
Everybody
haven't yet
loves flamer
seen
spam.
as a real sort of strategy yet. There's a nice mine. Humvee hits that mine there. Shotguns just pop. That's going to get a nice flank off on this MG.
Nice flank on MG. Forces
Whoa,
retreat.
damage.
Might kill them on retreat though. He's trying to pursue them. He's going to focus fire with the rifles. The grenade goes into the building with the flamers. The other 2 flamers though is going to force the rifle squad to retreat. Gets only 1 kill with the grenade in the house. Barton pops back in. Oh, retreating rifle for a mine, losing 2 men. A lot of manpower down there on a retreat mine.
These flamers doing not very much, if any, damage to these shotguns. They're quite resilient.
I'm not sure. Oh, there's one guy sitting there. I didn't even see him under all that flame. Apparently he's, you know,
The flame
took
is
a dip in the
in
water before
Modern
the
Combat
combat.
mod. They leave quite a scorch. Not like in Vico. The flames last for ages.
You have a tank hunter on Barton now, doing the safe thing. It's good against the Humvee as well if you can, you know, considering it has a damage engine now, if it doesn't get repaired. He can chase it with RPGs and kill it off and protect himself against, you know, strikers or whatever Sandland decides to go.
Yeah. But
Yeah, he's upgrading now to double RPGs on it as well.
this game is a lot more close early on. Previous games we saw very
Much
decisive,
different.
early engagements. And while Sandland, I think, has the upper hand here in terms of what he's been able to kill, it's very much anybody's game at this point. 10 minutes in.
Oh yeah, I do agree. It's basically anybody's game. I see Sandland built himself a second combat engineer, which is not a bad idea. Considering he can get shotguns on, and he needs something to repair his Humvee and future vehicles.
So nice flank
Also
coming
building in his... Very nice. Complete surrounding Barton's PLA army.
And the
forcing
defensive
everything
efficiency
to
as well.
retreat.
10 and 12 kills for these rifles respectively. That's a lot of kills to have so early on. That's the
Oh,
power
wow.
of the grenades. And plus, if you get triple defensive efficiency on those rifles and then grenades, it's just going to be hilarious. They'll be able to just like charge
It's
down
very,
MGs.
very sick. This Humvee is in desperate need of some repairs. This engine has been burning for a while. You would think that it would blow up eventually.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? It's got
Yeah,
like
just like
a
the
water
vehicles
cooled
like
engine.
Pumas and stuff. Yeah, like the Pumas that always damage engine from shells.
Oh
If
god,
it keeps
that's
burning for 10
so
minutes,
annoying.
why doesn't it explode eventually? Or at least
Maybe.
the guys
Hey,
inside
don't
Puma should
give the
probably get out.
COH2 devs ideas, god damn it.
Oh god. No, no, I take it.
Take it back, quick!
I take it back. Don't
Now,
do
this is an
that.
interesting upgrade. We have the rifle grenade upgrade coming in for these rifles. We haven't seen this yet, so this will
Oh,
be
I love
interesting.
that one.
It's
I
really
prefer
cool,
that
yeah.
one come to the saw, I must say.
Yeah, I really like
Basically,
it.
yeah, grenade sure.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
rifle
it's
nade.
good against, especially against militia and stuff, considering they have 6 men and fairly low health. If you get a direct shot with those grenade launchers, that's a lot of damage. Whoa! RPG just detonates behind one of the Hum from Sandland. Was very close to hitting though. Humvee's now gonna go harass this MG, but it's setting up, facing the Humvee. It's gonna take a lot of damage from an MG very quickly, down to 50% health, suppressing the combat engineers as well.
American sniper
Ooh,
now
sniper out from Sand.
Yeah, that's interesting. We haven't seen that.
Take a second shot.
used, except there's a counter snipe.
No, but the sniper's actually like choice from Sandland, considering he Barton MG. It's gonna be good. Oh, grenade takes out one of the engineers, the grenade launcher, in the house.
He's upgrading his
Regulars
striker
out
to
now
a
as
fire
from
support
Barton.
vehicle. That's going to add a bit of anti-infantry
It's
firepower.
good. Yeah, it's good against all these steamers and, you know, the MGs as well. What Sandland really needs is, you know, either just kill an MG on retreat, or steal a weapon himself. They need to get one of these MGs out of the game, so Barton can do overlapping stuff.
Yeah, because that's what he's having problems with, is overlapping MGs, and actually Barton's holding on to a good chunk of territory, even though he lost quite a lot, so I gotta give props to him for that, even though he did lose quite a lot due to grenades quite early on. This is something else we haven't seen yet. This is the M blah 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 mortar carrier from the US. 2 dudes in the back there. You will quickly recognize it as being a long distant and more modernized cousin of the mortar half-track. It's well, yeah, it's a mortar on wheels. What can I say? It's basically a mortar half-track, but
Yeah, it's basically more
very
abstract,
useful
similar.
on this map. I mean, I'm sure some of you have seen mortars used in this map in Vico and know just how powerful they are, and they really are powerful. Especially if your opponent.
Yeah, you
likes
can
to
hide
sit in
behind all
buildings.
these hedges. Yeah, you can hide behind all the hedges and the strong buildings, taking shots at all the stationary weapons like MGs and garrison units.
Yeah, because in a lot of ways this map is a bit like Angerville in the way that the hedges really do split the map. so it's yeah, the mortar is pretty potent.
Oh yeah, it's very potent.
It's getting charged down
The
now.
barrage going on, probably on the house maybe. Yeah, the
ATMP
RPG
was
is gonna
produced
be
as a
able
counter
to.
snipe as well.
Here we go, the mortar takes one RPG to the front. Does a load of damage. Forcing
Second one
Sandland to
sails.
reposition. His striker is actually also fairly damaged. Oh, RPG just missed.
Whoa, wow, those two hit though. There goes that mortar carrier before it even barely had a chance to fire half a dozen shots.
Ouch.
And there's double defensive veterancy on that rifle grenade squad. They're very, very powerful. Now that's a
I
nice
think he was
touch.
trying to chase on the ATMP as well.
When Sandland got first aid training, healing for his guys, yeah, it gives him a healing in the field, passive, bit like Vet 1 for Wehrmacht. One of them turns into a little medic. He's got a little medic pack on his back.
Oh
Cool as
wow, that is nifty.
That's what you call attention to detail. Now there's a regular grenade, goes in on these double defensive vet rifles, and does a surprising amount of damage considering they are double defensive vet.
Well, the regular grenades are very, very strong, I must say. You have used them against me a lot of times, and it hurts my right
And
so
you've
so
cried
much,
blood
and they
tears.
cry bloody tears. Oh, both RPGs at the Humvee on the left side. Can you give me a quick time sync as well?
15, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45.
Good
Oh,
man.
boom.
Humvee goes down. There
Humvee
he goes.
bites the dust, and there's the after explosion.
The explosion and the burning.
These tank hunters doing
From all
a
the
good
fuel.
job here from Barton. You know, they've killed a mortar carrier, they've killed a... Oh, ATMP gives chase to the American sniper on retreat. But he doesn't have the firepower to chase him all the way into his base. It's no bike.
No.
Double MG still
Very
alive
nice
from
micro
Barton.
from Barton.
He's keeping tabs on
Yeah,
his...
both MGs, and they're overlapping as well, protecting the flank of the house.
This is actually a fourth rifle squad
Militia.
produced from
Oh, late
Sandland.
rifle.
So I think as a response to Tier 2, he knows that, oh wow, it's a big grenade. And there goes an
Oh!
MG.
Exactly what Sandland needed, getting one of the MGs out of the game from Barton. This is gonna make him able, especially now when he has 4 rifles instead of 3, I guess. With just sheer
he created another rifle.
infantry superiority, be able to push Barton out of the map. He's got 2 out of the 3 DPs, Barton down to 446 at the moment.
There's
But
really
Sandland
been a
did have
very-
rain on him for quite a while.
There's been a very heavy investment into AI by Sandland here. He
Yeah.
got sniper, 4 rifles. I mean, this is the kind of time where you would have expected, you know, a fast vehicle to sort of rape his face. But when he saw the Tier 2, it's a bit like seeing the Krieg barracks from... Oh wow, that's a huge nade! It does a whole ton of damage to those 2 pioneers. And wow, the rifle grenade finishes
the grenade
off!
launcher takes one out on retreat.
Unbelievable. That guy is just like, wow, what did I do wrong?
He's the marksman of all marksmen, that guy with the grenade launcher.
Yeah, Jesus. That thing is accurate.
It
like,
seems
fuck.
to me, you know, Barton is floating a tremendous amount of fuel, 280 ADL now, with a 26 income, and it's just ticking up steadily. But it's stuck in Tier 2. It's got its support structure up, built some regulars. He actually has 2 squads of it now, 1 upgraded with the marksman rifle. But, you know, he's kind of stuck there, considering Sandland has no AT. He needs to get some tanks, some vehicles, something.
And he's about to have the counter to that eventual vehicle because a striker is being produced by Sandland. Now this is the, in my opinion, the better version of the homing missile striker that we saw in the last game.
The rocket one, yeah.
Yeah, it's the better version of that. It does the same job, AT job, but it's well, we'll see it in a minute. That's a nice regular grenade, and that's a lot of kills.
Oh,
4 kills.
4 kills.
Those
The
regulars
Cannoneers just
are
need to
strong.
retreat. Oh, I do believe he lost one of the Cannoneers, actually went down.
Yes, it did. It got picked off. Here's the striker I was talking about. Striker mobile gun system. This thing is very, very powerful as AT, very long range.
Oh, his ATMP get popped instantly. The striker is... Oh, he just misses. Just behind him. And here comes the ATMP. He's going to chase Sandland Sniper. Oh, it takes a few shots on it. does a little bit of damage, down to 50% health, but he's not pursuing. Ah, there we go. He's gonna go for the pursuit, but the sniper has a head start. He might be able to run the gauntlet.
He does. He does.
Nice. ATMP is not gonna be able to pursue him into the base.
Double Ved rifles are reaping face right now. He's I'm
just looking at all the rifles. The rifles just annihilating everything.
There's going to be another big grenade here, I think. There's another grenade going in.
It's going to be on MG, then set up, because game have moved. Only killed one guy though. Bet 2 for one of the regulars odds killing these rifles. RPG guys, even with the double RPG upgrade, still has 2 rifles to shoot, so it's still okay. Takes one of the RPG shots to the front and one of the strike, and the third one misses though.
That striker's in a really bad position.
Might be able to pursue some rifles in their way though, but with flamers he might be able to flush them out. There's some rifles as well in the strong building. These regulars have their work cut out for them. Mobile gun system striker is trying to take some shots on it, but it's not very reliable at anti-infantry. He gets 1 kill now and then.
7 CPs floated by Sandland now. 7 CPs. No doctrine chosen
7,
yet.
wow. Oh, long range RPGs. Gets 1 hit on the strikers.
Oh my god, Striker just snipes some of the guys from that regular squad there, doing a lot of damage.
The shotguns in the house did a lot of them as well, forcing both of the squads to retreat.
RPGs sailing around everywhere here.
Here's the flank from the combat engineers, and they're very durable considering they're just engineers in modern combat.
Defensive
they're very strong,
well.
Especially with guns.
That Pioneer Flamer is going to go down. There we go.
Oh yeah, there's just no way. Look at the recoils from the shotguns on the barracks. They're not that at long range though, they barely do any damage whatsoever. Shotguns, they have too much.
Yeah, why don't shotguns rape at all ranges?
I don't know.
That would just make them so much more useful, wouldn't it?
It's just make an OP unit, everybody's charged with 6 engineers.
Fuck
Run
yeah,
around with
6
shotguns.
engineer Bradley. I can see it already.
6 engineer Bradley.
Dodgy gimmick
The new
strategy.
tactic.
Armor now chosen, or the equivalent of armor. I forget exactly what it's called. I think it's called armor, actually, or armor command, something like that. Chosen by Sandland, and he's unlocked rapid repairs, boost the rate at which combat engineers repair, and he got himself mechanized assault, increasing the movement speed of all infantry and vehicle units. So a bit like Blitzkrieg, except without the fire rate increase. And the subsequent
These RPGs are now in pursuit of strikers on the left side. Might be able to finish off 1 or 2 of these vehicles. He gets 1 shot with the RPGs that actually hit.
The ATMP actually forced the sniper to retreat though.
Tried to get the sniper, but there was just too much in the way. Sandland actually now has 3 engineers. He must have built 2 brand new ones because he had 2, we lost 1.
And there's a Bradley.
Well.
Here's a Bradley now from tier 3.
But with 2 RPGs, I do believe both of them are doubly upgraded as well. It's going to be fairly enough to combat that Bradley
They just don't really penetrate that well. It's like, you know, a skirted P4 versus bazookas.
Yeah,
it's like they'll sort of work, but not really.
Yeah, and considering Barton is kind of stuck in tier 2 for the entirety of the game almost, he has no other counter to that Bradley.
Yeah, he's been very sort of big in the tier 2, lots of regulars.
Unlocked though, so
that's cool.
In 70 manpower he'll be able to use it. Yeah, there's no problem on the pop side. Whoa, and an air flamer goes down on the left side to the striker fires vehicle and a mine, I do believe.
Nuclear Pineapple goes in on these double vet regulars, does nothing because it's dodged nicely by Barton there. Double vet versus double vet there. Nice to see the PLA stacking up on vet and veterancy as well. The Abrams now unlocked for Sandland. We should point out that this is just the regular Abrams, not the Tusk version of the Abrams. The devs can probably fill you in on this in the chat, but as I understand it, the Tusk is basically a slower but better.
Slower, yeah.
Well, not flatly better, but slower but more powerful. Has an extra gun, I think, an extra anti-infantry weapon.
I'm not sure, but I think the Tusk is 1,000 and the non-Tusk version is 900 or so.
Yeah,
so,
but the regular Bradley is pretty speedy.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the last push tank. Type 96 on the field.
Yeah, he got a Type 9.
It's going to come dish out the damage on this Bradley. The Bradley should be afraid. Very, very afraid. And needs to start backing up, but I think it's toast.
Yeah. If he gets towed missiles and maybe he'll...
Oh, there's the striker, though. Oh, is he upgrading tow missiles?
Near right rear armor. Did he have tow missiles, or he's
no,
upgrading
that was the striker.
Oh.
I think at Type 96 is still going to win, though. Wow, that's big frontal armor, actually, if the striker bounces on it. That's got a lot of health, that Type 96.
Oh yeah, it does. And he's able to bounce shots from the mobile gun system as well, with the RPG backup. But these SAW rifles in the building actually able to fend off the RPGs going to reinforce the main battle tank from Barton.
He's beginning to pick them out of that
Not looking
building.
that great for Barton at the moment. He also now has 4 territories with resources and there's 1 strategic point as well.
Yeah, he's been beginning to lose out. 25 kills in this rifle squad now with this
25,
with the
wow.
rifle upgrade.
He's probably going to hit vet very soon. If you get triple defensive vet, it's going to be very, very hard to kill them.
They will be hilarious. They actually just took a direct hit.
They just took
got
a tank shot and survived. The bush took the both of the flak, maybe. I don't know. The very strong bulletproof bush, explosion-proof even. Grenade from the regulars on the SAW rifles on the right side, but they moved out of the cover, moved into close range as well, netting them vet 2 for killing 1 of the regulars as well. At the same time, we do have RPGs moving up on the top to the left, trying to take out these 2 strikers. He gets... oh! Deflection on one of the RPGs, I do believe. 1 hit only.
Oh, Bradley takes out the MG that was in the building. It only just got into the building. I think it was a fresh MG.
Oh, the Bradley's actually fully repaired as well. And here we do have...
oh, there's the Abrams.
Yeah, Abrams against Type 59. There's the GG from Barton. Destroyed engine. He gets 1 nice shot off, though. Takes a lot of damage. And the killing shot of the Type 96 is gonna go down. Main gun destroyed first. Did have a regular squad go down in the north as well, I do believe. Barton just threw in the towel and it's not microing anymore.
Boom. Defensive veterancy on an Abrams.
Boom!
Oh god, imagine, oh god, I just realised how OP it would be if you got like triple defensive veterancy on an Abrams. It would just be impossible to kill.
That would be funny.
Although that triple vet, oh, we haven't seen the Chinese super tank yet, but when we do, that thing is like the KT. If this thing is like the Tiger and the Tusk is like the Pershing, I
guess it's like the KT. It's KT-ish.
It's KT-ish. It's pretty fucking hardcore anyway.
It's pretty cool.
But we will be back shortly with the finals. Do tell us also, leave a comment in the chat about the 720p lag issue. If you're still getting lag that's like the same as before, then I'll probably just re-up it to 1080p just for the benefit of those that it works for. Otherwise, I'll leave it at 720, whatever. But we'll be back shortly with the finals. Sandland goes through to the finals after beating Barton 2-1. We saw 2 PLA victories and a US victory, so nice and mixed. And yeah, we will be back shortly.